solidarity upon your journey. Today, should I say, it will be very interesting as far as the topic in which I will elaborate on. You know, um, I look at most sisters. I look at beautiful black women. I'm talking about the appearance on them is absolutely wonderful, amazing in nature of things. But should I say they get treated the worst? You get what I'm saying? Just the degrading and the disrespect in which they receive. I just been completely shocked. As far as just social media wise, as far as just in person, whatever the case may be. And I could tell you why. It's because it's the principles, the values, the morals, and nature of things in which they don't have. You get what I'm saying? And it's like if you don't respect yourself, a man want and respect you. If you don't love yourself, a man he can actually give you love, but that love in which the man will give you, it cannot fulfill the internal love in which you need to give yourself. So it's like I'd be like thinking to myself like, damn, some sisters have not arrived to the real inner being that's within. You get what I'm saying? It's like it's really crazy, you know. But I would say it's our fault as black men, as young boys and everything, for continuing to degrading, to continue to disrespect. And half of the times, most people, most brothers, should I say, excuse me, they even call a black woman a B, and half of them was raised by a black woman. You get what I'm saying? They was raised by a black woman, but instead, they don't perceive the value within her. And they will call her something that's outside of her worth, that's outside of her value. But it's up to the black woman. It's her responsibility to have those kind of traits so the man can respect her. So that's what self-love, self-respect, self-knowledge also, should I say. That a woman must have that already installed within her. And when she have that already installed within her, should I say, other people, they will perceive the value within her. But first you got to perceive the value within yourself. You get what I'm saying? So, the key word in self-knowledge is know. You got to know who you are. You get what I'm saying? All of those outside, people, they can always say that you're beautiful, you this and you that. But if you're not constantly pouring into yourself, you get what I'm saying? All of that is just like, it's temporarily emotions and feelings in what you receive from other people so you can actually maintain throughout your 24-hour time span. But once you wake up the next day and you look yourself in the mirror, you be like, damn, I'm not this, I'm not that. Because all of that is the things in which you need to fulfill. You see, and it's experiences also, I would say, that make women perceive themselves at a lower standard. You get what I'm saying? It's because it was those experiences that took them or stripped them outside of their own knowledge of self or their nature. And it's really crazy because it's like, damn, certain people would take them a longer process than others to actually heal. And one thing about healing, should I say, healing is when you actually let go and you release from certain things. You don't hold them to self no more. You just let them go. You let them be free from self. Because at times, what most sisters do, should I say, is that they carry on something that's actually wearing them down and wearing them out. But they can't find out, or should I say, they can't find a way to actually let go because this is the only thing that they know and the only experiences, should I say, that they have incurred within their past life. All of that data within the psychological brain, all of the data within the spiritual system, all of the data within the emotion, is constantly just dragging them inside and out, But you just gotta want better for self, man. You just gotta listen to your spirit. Other people, they can want something for you, but most importantly, you gotta want something for yourself and your future self. And most importantly, for your children, too. When you have images just spitting out and looking just like you gotta want better for self, man. Because when you want better for self, you will consistently pour value into self. When you want better for self, you will consistently just keep pouring value into things that really matter. And you will keep just having assets that surround you so you just could consistently not only physically elevate, but psychologically, spiritually, and emotionally just elevate within life. That's why when I look at a sister, I don't see her at her physical state and what she may be in. I look at her as her higher state. I call it queen. I call it God. I call it goddess. You get what I'm saying? I don't call her a bee, a hoe, none of that. None of those things, because when I call her a queen, a god, and a goddess, those is affirmation that's in manifestation, so she can have that idea already implanted within her mind. So whenever she want to execute upon something, she can have that in mind, and now that can actually get into her spirit. Now she know exactly what to do because she had that idea within her mind because someone gave that to her because they perceived the value within her. So now she on that journey, she's in that avenue, she's on that road for her to tap in with the higher being that's within. At times we just gotta pour into other people, but you only could pour into somebody if you got something within yourself. You get what I'm saying? Like, for example, I can't help you if you're drowning and I'm drowning. I gotta help myself first. You get what I'm saying? Like Frederick Douglass, he had this great quote. He said, for 20 years I prayed to the good Lord, asking Frederick for freedom, but the good Lord have gave Frederick no freedom, so I got off my knees and started praying with my feet. It wasn't until you actually do something for self, then you can help someone else first. You got to do everything for self first. And it's not, quote unquote, selfish, because that word is controversial, should I say, in this society, because selfish is perceived as negative, but selfish is really not negative. The key word in self is self. Selfish is self. You know, so that's what it's all about, man. It's all about just the journey, man. And at times it takes people a longer time to actually just develop than others. And that's okay, that's cool. Because all of that is just beauty. It's all beauty, man. It's all about just a process and what you had to actually go through for you to become the individual in which you are. You know? Like, I wasn't always speaking like this and everything. It took me a process and everything, man. It definitely took me a process by me just spending time with myself, by me just going over so many things, and me just actually having those walks, and me just being quiet, listening to the inner voice that's within me, consistently pouring value into self. So it was a whole process, you know, and it's like, it's a lonely process, should I say, too. So any individuals know, as far as a spiritual journey in which they have, or should I say even a conscious journey, it's a lonely journey. The journey of knowledge itself is not a journey that's with multiple people that's around you or in your corner, should I say. That's a journey that you're going to have to go through daily by self. But it's a beautiful thing. And you shouldn't just trade it in for nothing in the world, because that make you who you are through the process. It's all about the process, man. Man, just the ancestors, man, they just moved through me, man. It's a spirit, man. I just flowing through me, man, you know. But I had to come on here, man, because I feel like, you know, we lost the knowledge, we lost the understanding of the black woman, though, man. We need to actually put that back in her mind, man. Liberate the mind of the black woman, then you can liberate the body of the black woman. That's the most important, man. We can't rise as men without her. You know, but it's experiences, it's people, it's loved ones that actually made her who she are, because she never had the strong mind. She never had the strong soul. She never had the strong spirit and everything. We must put that back within her. You know, she's a backbone of the family. You get what I'm saying? Most black men would say they are the head of the household, but who's the backbone? You get what I'm saying? So we must really have that in mind, I should say, though. But I'm just going to leave you guys with that, man. I'm just here for you guys to really actually to think, though, man. Once I have you to actually think, now you go on a journey just to seek the understanding. Once you get the understanding, change your whole perception. The revolution starts within the mind first before you actually have a physical revolution. With that being said, peace and love and solidarity upon your journey.